first part of the anime begins by showing a man named Shen Qingqiu in a jar. Two soldiers were pulling him before a man named Luo Binghe. It is known that Shen has been Luo's teacher since he was 14 years old. Long ago, when Luo was a baby, he was found by a woman in a river in winter. He was raised with love by his stepmother until Luo became a teenager. Unfortunately, his stepmother died of a serious illness, so Luo lived alone. After that, he decided to study martial arts at the top of Qingjing. Apparently, his teacher was Shen, who was an evil figure from the Qingqiu mountain faction. When Luo became his disciple, Shen did not hesitate to torture him even though he only made a small mistake, and even he had the heart to push Luo off the cliff into the fiery abyss. In that fiery abyss, Luo was saved by an old man named Meng Mo who was nicknamed the Dream Demon. He came from another faction. He taught Luo how to cultivate until he became a powerful demon with a red seal on his forehead. In addition, the Dream Demon also gave him a demon heart sword that can be used to kill demons, even the gods. After Luo felt that he already had very great strength and held the demon sword, he immediately took his revenge on Shen. Luo arrested and tortured Shen in prison until he put him in a jug. Long story short, at the end of the adventure, he had 6 very beautiful wives. It turned out that the whole story was just the contents of a novel that was being read by a man online. The man then negatively commented on the novel's rating because, according to him, all the novel's stories did not make sense. Unexpectedly, it turned out that his negative comments received attacks from novel fans, and suddenly the man fainted. Then a black dimensional portal appeared, which sucked the man into it. When he woke up, he was sleeping in a room with a foreign man dressed as a warrior on his side who was accompanying him. Then the man realized that he was currently in the story of the novel he was reading earlier. Even now, he was playing the role of Shen, who is an antagonist character. Not long after, a sophisticated system emerged which said that he was currently in the novel's story, and all this was due to his negative comments on the novel's rating. Then an inscription appeared above the man in swordsmanship that read Yue Qingyuan of the Chongqiang Mountain faction patriarch. He already knew that Shen would kill Yue, who was a good person. The man then imagines that when Luo punishes Shen, he intends to change the plot by playing the role of a good Shen. But the system threatens that if he doesn't follow the storyline, there will be punishment, and the system doesn't even hesitate to give total death. Not long after, a man named Ming Fan, who was his right-hand man, came. He asked him to present Luo in his presence. Ming Fan immediately took Luo, who looked full of wounds, but he could still be nice to his teacher. Seeing this, Shen immediately gave him a medicinal herb, but the system warned him that it had deviated from the novel's story. Shen asked him about his age, and Luo replied that he was 14. After everyone left the room, Shen planned to run away from the place. Unfortunately, the system appears and detects his movement. But Shen said he didn't want to pay attention to all the system rules even if he had to die. The system says that he can change the story's ending in predetermined ways, and then 2 options appear that he can touch. Apparently, Shen chose to practice cultivation to defeat Luo in the final battle. When Shen is in the middle of the forest, the system appears again to show his skills and weapons in the story, just like in RPG games. Shen then chose a weapon option and took out a magic sword named Suya. Soon Luo and a woman named Ning Yingying came to the middle of the forest to train. Unbeknownst to them, Shen was watching them from behind a tree. At that time, Shen was amazed by Luo's tenacity to practice and his kindness, especially to him, who had been torturing him all this time. While Luo was practicing, Ming Fan and 2 male disciples came over. Ming Fan went straight to Yingying to give her a green jade so she would be attracted to him. Unexpectedly, Yingying threw away the necklace instead, saying that Luo had better jade. Hearing this, Ming Fan was annoyed and ordered the 2 men to hold Luo's hand while he snatched the necklace from his neck. Shen, who was behind the tree, knew that this incident was the beginning of Luo's grudge because Ming Fan had snatched the necklace left by his stepmother. Sure enough, Luo immediately punched Ming Fan in the face, but the 2 men ganged up on him until Luo fell, and they even ruthlessly trampled Luo's body. Seeing this, Shen wanted to stop their fight, but the system warned him. But Shen still helped Luo from a distance, so the system deducted 15 points. It turned out that Ming Fan and the 2 men were still ganging up on Luo, but Shen still gave them another attack, so 60 points reduced his points. When they had all left, Shen walked again to walk through the forest. Suddenly he finds Luo's necklace stuck in a tree branch. After he took it, for some reason, the system appeared and added his points by 10 points. Then Shen walked through the forest until he stopped at a river to rest while looking at Luo's necklace. Soon Yue came and gave him a mission to uncover a serial murder case that occurred in their city. The system reappears and allows the option to reject or accept the mission. However, when Shen chose the option of rejecting the mission, it turned out that the mission this time could not be refused, and he had to complete it. Shen immediately prepared to go to the city with his students by horse carriage. On the way, Yingying, who was on horseback, complained to Shen that Ming Fan and the other disciples had told Luo to run all the way to the city. Hearing this, Shen asked Yingying to take Luo to his horse carriage with him. Then the system appears again because it detects a violation and will reduce his points. Fortunately, Shen could dodge it by saying that he did this not to help Luo but to grant the wish of Ying, who was his favorite disciple. In the end, the system did not reduce Shen's points. In the middle of the trip, Shen wanted to make a sweet memory for Luo so that the storyline could change a little. He then gives him a bottle of medicinal herbs. As usual, the system reappears to notify the violation so that his points are reduced again. Arriving in the city, they were greeted by the Emperor Chen and his concubine Dier. Chen immediately told him that a mysterious figure had recently kidnapped many young women, even 2 of Chen's concubines, and 9 residents died because they were skinned. Hearing this, Shen ordered Ming Fan to investigate the case. Then Ming Fan immediately went to a cemetery belonging to a concubine and stuck a spell paper on her tombstone to get clues from the spirit there. In the middle of the city, Luo and Ying were walking together, but Luo smiled because he felt his teacher had noticed him now. Suddenly the residents around them ran in fear because a demonic figure resembling a black shadow appeared who approached the 2 of them and kidnapped Ying. Luo immediately chased after the black shadow and fought it, but he couldn't defeat the figure because his strength was still weak. Until finally, the figure disappeared with Ying. In Chen's mansion, Ming Fan was seen reporting to Shen that a demonic aura had polluted the ground around the tomb. Soon Luo came and reported that Ying had been kidnapped by a demon resembling a black shadow in the middle of the city. Shen immediately ordered all his disciples to look for Ying's whereabouts while he and Luo went to the city's center to look for traces of the black shadow. Arriving in the center of the city, Shen and Luo stood on the roof so they could easily observe the movement of the black shadow. Not long after, the black shadow flashed before them. They immediately ran after him until they stopped before the powder shop. Then they went into the shop to look for the black shadow, but they both found it difficult because, at that time, the smell of the devil was disguised by the smell of powder. Then Shen asked the system to help choose the easy mode option and paid for it with 100 points. After that, the demon's shadow was clearly visible in their sight, so they could follow where the shadow went. It turned out that the shadow entered Shen's mansion. When Luo and Shen wanted to open the mansion gate, suddenly the figure attacked them until they fainted. When they woke up, it turned out that they were both tied up in prison with Ying. The black shadow appeared, saying that the devil would rule the human world, but Shen cut her off and guessed it was Dier. Instantly the black figure transformed into Dier in the form of a demon, and she said that the real Dier figure had been skinned to death. The demon told him that she failed while cultivating demonic powers, so she needed the skin of a young woman to survive. When the demon was about to kill Ying, Shen told her that if she wanted to live longer, she would have to find someone with golden essence, without Shen realizing that the only person with golden essence is himself. The demon then targets to kill Shen. Shen, who was a little cunning, said that Luo had greater essence, and the demon simply believed him and approached Luo. All of these events had been predicted by Shen because he thought that the main character could not die in the series, so he sacrificed Luo. Just as the demon was about to attack Luo, suddenly, a thunderbolt struck a large wooden pillar, causing her to be crushed by the pillar. Even though a large pillar hit her, it turned out that the demon was not dead yet. Instead, she thought it was Shen who attacked her from behind. Without the demon knowing, it turned out that Luo managed to untie his hands, and even he had untied Shen's hands as well. After that, Shen attacked her with just one hit, but the demon was blown away very far. The system appeared again and said that Shen could play his role very well, so his points increased to 200, and as a bonus, he can play his role freely from now on. The next day Shen returned to their college, and Yue greeted them at the door. Shen said to Yue that he wanted to meditate for 3 years with the excuse that he would become stronger during the meeting of the gods. In fact, he wanted to go through several scenes in the story. Before meditating, Shen met Luo, who was practicing, and gave him a martial arts textbook to study. Arriving at the cave, Shen saw that there were bloodstains, but he didn't care. When he was about to start meditating, the cave suddenly shook, and Shen immediately checked it. Shen found there was a sword stuck in the cave wall, and then a man attacked him from the top of the cave. They clashed, but Shen defeated him because his opponent's body had been badly injured before they fought. It is known that the man's name is Luo Binghe, who is the leader of the most powerful Baijian mountain in Chongqiang. In the novel's storyline, Shen is supposed to kill Liu. Shen then tried to follow the storyline but couldn't bear doing it. Soon the system appeared and gave him an additional 200 points because Shen had changed the storyline for the better. It is known that Liu and Shen used to be classmates, but they hated each other. Then Shen invited Liu to make peace and forget the grudge between them. Actually, Shen was kind to Liu in finding a partner when he had to face Luo at the end of the novel. Long story short, 3 years have passed, and Shen has completed his meditation. But when Shen came out of the cave, he saw that there was a martial school building on fire because the demon clan had attacked it. Soon Ming Fan and Ying ran towards Shen because the demon clan troops chased them. Shen immediately attacked the demons with ease. Then Ying told Shen that Luo was sacrificing himself to fight alone against the other demons there so that she and Mingfang could escape their encirclement. Shen quickly came to Luo's place, which the demons had surrounded. It turned out that the demon clan had also cut off the red bridge that was the link between Qiangding Mountain and other mountains, so Qiangding Mountain College could not receive outside help. They dared to attack the college because Yue was leaving the college. Besides that, they were also aiming for a slab that was there. Not long after, Shen came before the army of his disciples, who were already preparing to face the demon clan, and asked all his disciples to dare to fight against the demon clan. Then came a woman named Sha Hualing before the demon clan troops who would lead them. According to Shen's view, based on the novel he read, Hualing will fall in love with Luo. Even she is willing to betray her father for Luo. Hualing said that they came only to test the prowess of the college. But Shen, who already knew the plot, said that Hualing had lied because she was very good at talking and making excuses. Hualing offered Shen to hold a match, and each side had to appoint 3 people as its representatives. Shen, who already knew the novel's storyline, agreed to Hualing's request. He even offered to be the first fighter to fight the demon clan chief with only one arm. Shen underestimated the demon's power and fought it endlessly. The demon repeatedly attacked Shen with swords, but Shen could still dodge. Finally, he took out the Suya sword, which was very powerful, and even the sword could attack the opponent without holding it. Long story short, Shen ended his fight by removing the power of lightning from the sword so that the demon was defeated. The system immediately appears to add his points and informs him that soon a woman from the demon clan will appear who will become one of Luo's wives. Sure enough, soon, a woman named Liu Mingyan appeared, who was the first disciple of Xianshu Mountain and was Liu Qingqiu's younger sister. Then when Hualing was about to fight Shen, Mingyan offered to help her so that the next fight was between Shen against Hualing and Mingyan. But they both seemed to be dancing when they were about to fight. Meanwhile, Shen looked at Luo while thinking that Luo was very lucky because in the future, he would get 6 beautiful wives. Suddenly, somehow, Shen managed to beat Mingyan to make her faint without touching her, so the fight ended and was won by Shen. For the next battle, Hualing pointed to the hammer demon which had poisonous spikes on its body, while Shen pointed at Luo to fight the spiked demon. Luo, who was still weak at that time, was attacked repeatedly by the demon until he was overwhelmed by it. When Luo was cornered, he recalled when Shen was torturing him, so a sense of revenge arose that spurred him to defeat the demon. Finally, Luo got back up and managed to stab the demon's hand until his sword pierced the demon's hand, but the demon was still able to attack him back. Luo, who looked desperate, was encouraged by Shen, so his spirit rose. After that, Luo took out a spell paper that could make the demon fall, so he could pull out his sword that was still stuck in the demon's hand. When the battle was going on, Luo remembered Shen's kindness, which made him eager to attack the demon, even to the point of breaking his sword. Just as the demon was about to hit Luo, his hammer suddenly shattered because there was a force from Luo's body protecting him. Finally, the two of them fought using weapons that were both damaged. While the demon was off guard, Luo cut off one of the demon's horns. Then he attacked the demon using many spell papers until the demon finally fell and lost. Seeing Luo's victory, all the Shen disciples, including Ming Fan, cheered for him. The angry Hualing immediately kicked the hammer demon's face, so he silently attacked Luo. But Shen managed to stop him and stab the demon so that Shen's hand was hit by the poisonous thorns from the demon's body. Luo was angry and asked for the antidote while stabbing the demon's heart. But Hualing still talked and made Shen angry, and he invited Hualing to fight. Hualing, who thinks that Shen is weak after being exposed to poison, agrees to his challenge, but with just one attack, Shen can make Hualing bounce far away. It turned out that Liu helped Shen from behind to defeat Hualing, and she finally decided to run away. However, Liu attacked her, causing the arrogant Hualing to fall. After that, Liu returned the favor by treating Shen, who was being poisoned. Soon the system appeared and added many points to Shen for winning the fight, and then he fainted. This is the end of part 1.